Hi, we're Quaint and Curious Volumes. My name is James. It's a Friday, so I'm going to do a Friday Reads. Don't have a ton to report. This week I finished reading, uh, it was a reread, as I keep saying, of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. I don't have a physical copy of it, but I read it on my Kindle. And this being the time that it is, you're no doubt wondering, well, James, are you reading this in preparation for reading the novel that is absolutely required of all booktubers in this time in which we live? And the answer is yeah, probably. Probably I will read this because it's required. We have to do it. So yeah, I'll read that book. Um, I'm looking forward to it. I hear it's pretty good. I like the title. Okay, what else have I been reading? I'm still reading Within a Budding Grove, which I've been at for a few weeks now. I'm about 200 pages from the end. It's starting to get pretty good. I mean, this book, I'm kind of up and down with it. Sometimes I really like it, and sometimes it does feel like a bit of a slog. Though my reading of it this morning was pretty good. We're up to the the shadow of young girls in flower bit where he's um, out in public and he sees this group of um, adolescent girls all grouped together and laughing and talking to each other, and one of them physically leaps over an old man, and they're all laughing about it. So that's pretty fun, and one of them will turn out to be um, his love interest. A thing that I have realized from having I got the whole box set of these volumes is that the last volume, and if you have this, you probably already figured this out. The last volume, Time Regained, also has a guide to Proust, which is basically these are like what the notes would be. So you have like the uh, characters, and I found this actually pretty helpful. Coming to this second volume, having read the first volume a couple of months ago, I was like, well, who is this again? And so this has an index of characters and who they are. Also, an index of persons who are not characters but historical figures. Some of the artists and writers that he references are kind of, you get a little description of them and where they come up in the book. So it was good to find this, and it was kind of, I found it helpful. In addition, I've shown this on here before, the book Paintings in Proust by Eric Karpeles, which has, you know, a whole bunch of full color illustrations along with the quotes in Proust where they're referenced. So if he mentions a particular painting, and it goes in order, so it's pretty useful, and also classical European painting. It's good to know about. I'm also glad to see that Steve Donahue is back with his read through of the Gospel. So I've been reading the Gospel of Luke along with those videos this week, and I picked up this. Well, this has been on my shelf for a while. Selected poems of Randall Jarrell. Um, he's a poet who worked in North Carolina in I guess, the 40s through the 60s. I think he died rather young. I think he was struck by a car, and he worked at the school that is now called the University of North Carolina at Greensboro, no, the University of North Carolina at Greensboro, which was the school that I used to teach at. If you're an old time booktuber, you probably remember Jennifer Brooks. She also worked there. Um, our paths did not cross. I think she started working there years after I stopped working there. Anyway, but so I've been reading one of these a day. So far, they're mostly like wartime poems from World War II from his service there. And I've been enjoying it. Maybe I will do a Poetry Thursday post on one of these next week. So that's what I've been doing. Not a lot of bookish news to report this weekend. Here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, we have the Shepherd Center Book Sale, which is one of the big used book events in town. They rent out space at the fairgrounds in a big kind of warehouse area where they usually exhibit show ponies or something, and prize chickens. Um, and they sell books at very, very reasonable prices. They're well sorted. They're, um, put in categories. There's a lot of people there to help you. And it benefits the Shepherd Center, which is a local nonprofit that does uh, programming for seniors. So, transportation, classes, uh, all kinds of things for seniors and people who uh, take care of seniors. So it's a good cause, and I always like to go there and spend some money. I'll probably go there on Saturday morning, and on Saturday the books are half price. Um, so and it'll probably be a little picked over, so maybe I won't get as much. We'll see. Um, it's supposed to be pretty rainy this weekend, so good weather for going to a big book sale and getting a big pile. Yeah. So that's about all I have. Last time I talked about some phrases or the concept of phrases that must die, as I said, and of course that's a little bit um, dramatic to say that a phrase must die. But I wanted to bring up another one that bothers me a bit in certain contexts, and this is the phrase "wait for it." Have you heard this? Now, I believe it goes back to a Monty Python skit. Um, but when you see it in writing, people use it in writing. What sense does that make? When someone is writing something, and they'll usually have like a description of something, and they'll say, I made this sandwich out of rye bread with mustard and pickles and, wait for it, Swiss cheese. What is the point of the wait for it? Why am I supposed to wait for it? And furthermore, if I'm reading this essay of yours about this sandwich, am I supposed to like look away for a moment when you say that and then go back to read the end of your sentence? Am I supposed to, these my eyes supposed to just sort of hover there in the white space after it in anticipation of what's going to come up next? I don't get it. I don't get it. If you use this phrase in writing, I'm not against you. We're all friends here. No one likes this stuff but us. But why? What's the point of that? Anyway, had a good week on BookTube. It's been nice to talk to you all. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.